Alright, here is the Matic V Filter Magic Vacuum Cleaner. I just got this thing. Been looking for one of these for quite a while. Finally got the opportunity to get one. Just not a common vacuum around here, although they have been selling. Recently somebody's been selling newer ones. I've been getting them at work, people looking for filters or parts or service. So it's got here is the canister and this oops, let's leave that laying down. You've got the what they call the filter magic, I'm assuming, this thing on the back, which is basically just a box with a couple of pieces of foam in it. This is a little place to put scented oils down on a little piece of foam that goes from about here to here just to disperse the scent. And then there's a rectangular piece of what looks like a soft Scotch-Brite kind of back there. And then there's you can't really see it, but there's a finer foam filter in the back. In my eyes, it's mostly sound reduction.
Tell them about the suction, baby.
Oh, jeez. That would be Tim. He's the one that went went with me to go get it. Anyway, you can see the Clean Home System, of course. Matic V Filter Magic. Uses disc filters. It does not use bags. It's kind of a, in my eyes, it's in the category of something like a Fairfax Silver King, kind of a cross between the two, if anything. That was not what I was trying to do. You've got two filters. They sell an optional paper filter. I think it's paper. I'm not sure if it's cellulose or anything fancy. What exactly it is. I don't have them. These are just like a clothy filter. It almost seems like they have sort of a, this is the filter side, but towards the dirt has like a nap type stuff to it. Very short. I don't know if the camera's picking that up. Probably should in HD. Yeah, it's like a very fine nap to it. I've used it twice. I pulled this one out. I washed these when I got it, and you can see I took this one out after the second time I used it, and kind of snapped on the back side of it while it was holding it up to a fairly bright light, just to see if dirt would come, off of it, see if a cloud of dust would come out. Nothing came off that I could see, so you can't, if there's not visible dirt like that on there, I'm assuming it's doing fairly well. I'm not going to try and tell myself that it's HEPA or anything like that, but it's good enough that I'm not going to bother. I was going to put a Silver King filter between the two, which is basically a sheet of HEPA material. I don't know, maybe sometime I'll do that and just see what it collects. Power nozzle is sort of a cross between, well, I don't know what it'd be a cross between. It's kind of more like a filter queen. An interesting take on a filter queen. You have a light, which is like a thick plastic thing like the newer Electrolux power nozzles, where it's kind of like a light pipe thing. The bulb's back up here, and it's a thick piece of plastic that kind of disperses the light somewhat. Does not fully. The top part comes off. Uses a Filter Queen belt and what is very similar to a Filter Queen brush roll. Sleeve bearings and all. Same height adjustment as a Filter Queen power head. Cleans fairly well. I never had a problem with the performance of the Filter Queen power heads anyway. They're not overly aggressive, but they're not wimpy. I mean, it grooms the carpet and it picks the pet hair up without any trouble. And they seem to pick up sand pretty well, so I don't really have any complaints. Came with all the attachments. This holder. Yeah, they all have this label on them, the Matic logo. Cheap attachments, yes. Bad, no. They're all natural hair bristles. Cheap, but not too low quality. Adequate. And then came with the original floor tool. I'm assuming they did this to add a button lock to it. There was another set of wands that was jammed down in there. I managed to get it out though. Hose is way too short. That's my only real complaint here. As you can see, the hose is quite short. Not so short that it makes it unusable. Short enough that it's kind of annoying. It hasn't been irritating enough for me to not, whenever I get a new vacuum, I use it for a while as my daily machine for at least a few weeks. It's not enough that it's making me say forget it, but short enough that it can be at times annoying. Interesting hose handle too. Well, let's hear it run. Well, you heard it briefly before, but